Greenwood Sports Center, Sean Holland, Keith Holt with you here for the second game of the twin bill for the Bulldogs.
You're going to see some defensive changes. You know, first of all, Pettigrew starting. I like the move. He's a sophomore.
Right.
He hasn't been greatly consistent, but when he's on, he gets a lot of ground balls and fly balls. And then you still have in your bullpen, who hasn't pitched, Carnes and Kennan, who both have electric arms, good curveballs. So I like Greenwood's chances of getting the sweep with that kind of firepower left, because Austin Mitchell did such a good job of, completing the game and finishing it. You're left with everybody. And, I like it. And then you move Carnes to third with Pettigrew pitching and Austin Mitchell back in center field. We see strike one. Also, you got to change. Morgan goes to shortstop. And Harrison Adams goes to second, which is the way it was going to be at the start of the year, but there was some question about Morgan's arm, his elbow, is it sore? And so now I guess it feels good enough. You got to have him over there.
That one is pulled foul as we see Holt run that one down. 0-2, the count.
That was close, too. That was closer, I think, than it looked like he fielded that just on the other side of the line. Took a big hop over the base. Oh, that's going to get away
lifted.
from him. Yep.
And it's down for a double.
Which, again, Pettigrew is not going to overpower people. He's got to keep people off balance, go fastball, changeup, curveball, keep them off balance, and work it in and out. If he has to throw it over the middle of the plate, that's where you're going to find balls hitting the gaps and down the lines.
Mm-hmm. Runner on second, nobody out, top of the first. Here we go.
Oh, ball hit down the line, going to be right to Skaggs. Makes the play.
And the runner retreats back to second.
We see the flag blowing towards the corner. It's kind of blowing kind of across the left field, but towards the visitor bullpen. But if you were still able to get some backspin on that ball to left, I bet it would still go. This is the catcher, Wills. Had a good first game. I liked him back there. Puts the ball in play hard. Another ball that Skaggs is going to get to. I don't think Skaggs realized how far that runner got off. But after a leadoff double, Pettigrew settles in nicely and gets two pop flies. And that's where we said he needs to keep them off balance. He can't let them get comfortable in the box and hit balls over the middle of the plate. He's got two high fly balls pulled to left after the leadoff double. Good pitch right there. That's painting the corner on the outside. It may be something good for Harrison to be at second base where, you got more time to throw it. You have to be a little bit more athletic to get to places.
Over but low, 1-1 now. And we saw Harrison play a little second base last year.
Yeah, and that's where he was all year, and Morgan was at short. And I think out of necessity with Morgan's arm, they made that switch. And I guess coaches said, look, this is, as we see a ball get past Strozier, a curveball in the dirt, doesn't get past him. He blocks it to the right, but it kicks to the left. But, at this point in the year, you got to settle in with, again, we've said this. Me and you said this. Me and Tim said this. You're getting down to, you got Mountain Home, and then you've got, is it Alma?
That's right.
And then that's it, right?
Greenbrier.
And so you're down to three more series. Greenbrier, you want to get a split. They've got the ace probably of the conference with Husky committed to the Razorbacks.
Mm-hmm.
So if you beat him, that's a feather in your hat, and you'll probably take 2, get a split with them, go down to Mountain Home, sweep them, and then you can turn up with the even after your sweep by Van Buren, you can end up with the 2 seed.
Right, which would be nice.
It would be great.
Well, that's going to do it for the top of the first. We'll bring you all the action right here. The ladies, I've lost where they were at, but they were winning a minute ago. Let's see. And they still are 5-0 in the top of the second. We'll be back here for more baseball on Greenwood Sports. Greenwood Sports Center online. No score here going into the bottom of the first. Siloam Springs Panthers have made their way down 59 Highway. Which way do you go when you go up there, Keith? You go up 59 or you take the interstate?
I take the interstate. I'm just too impatient to go up 59.
Man, 59 is such a great drive.
And I agree with you, but with my luck, I always get behind the big truck, or the old lady that just drives slow, and it just makes it a long drive if you're not able to go the speed limit.
Well, there's a long, skinny pedal on the right.
Yes.
When you get a chance, you use it.
That's right.
Here's Skaggs.
Does that van does it have a 6th gear?
Man, that thing has got turbo boost.
Nitrous in the back? You got some nitrous?
I got nitrous and turbos, and I got a propeller underneath there.
Greenwood's going to go with Skaggs, Carnes, Morgan, Holt, Mitchell, Adams, Pettigrew, Strozier, Bircher. Bircher's going to be your DH.
1-1, the count to Skaggs, the leadoff for the Bulldogs.
Another base hit. It doesn't matter if you use the barrel or not. You hit it between the shortstop and third baseman. More likely going to get a hit.
And a good base hit for Skaggs to lead things off for the Bulldogs. Now here comes Carnes, the freshman phenom. He homered in Valonia in Game 2 down there to help out the Dogs.
And if you take aside, Bircher is right at 500 with 4 at bats, but Skaggs is batting 400. He's doing real well. And right behind him is Carnes.
Right.
And we'd be remiss to say, as we see the catcher with a snap throw to first late, but then the next guy, Brewer, you miss that. You miss having that guy, that senior, that leader, that athlete. He was batting 300. He was coming into his own, and then right there breaks his leg, and then you lose him and he's out. And I'm sure that can't be easy in the middle of the season to lose such an asset like Brewer.
And a team leader at that.
For sure. And that's huge, to have a guy that knows how to carry himself and that the other guys can feed off of.
0-2 the count to Carnes. Outside. 1-2 now. And Skaggs stays put.
There's nothing good the catcher can be saying now. I know he's telling him to throw a strike, but you also better say don't throw it over the middle of the plate because this guy will hit it hard. If I'm Carnes, I'm still thinking about the intentional walk, thinking I'm going to show them guys how wrong they were to get to me.
Mm-hmm. Another pick move over to try to get Skaggs, to no avail.
He's flinching.
And Carnes moves Skaggs over to second base, but he hit it right towards the first baseman.
Yeah, and I don't know if that was a hit and run or just him having him protect. You saw Coach with his finger on his watch. He was trying to get the time of the pitcher catcher and see what Skaggs had to work with. But Skaggs was flinching over. He was ready to go. So we see Morgan come up to bat. Morgan batting .254, but leading the team in RBIs with 11.
And that one fouled back towards the spectators. Strike one.
Skaggs leading the team in runs, so this should be a perfect setup. Skaggs at second in scoring position, leading the team in runs, and the guy leading the team in RBIs at the plate. Ground ball to second base, easily thrown over to first. Gets Morgan, moves the runner to third with 2 outs. Holt will come up.
So Skaggs stands at third, Holt at bat. Called strike one.
Something off speed at the knees. Not to his liking the first pitch. It's a nice, easy hit. Just throw your hands at it.
And that'll score Skaggs. And Greenwood on the board now here in the bottom of the first with a hit from Dawson Holt.
Coach not happy with Dawson. Knew it was a hit and didn't run full speed down to first, and that's another one of Coach's pet peeves. 2 things you don't do is flinch on a ball that's coming at you, and you don't not hustle down to first.
Low and away, ball one to Mitchell.
Dawson's got some speed over there, long legs.
Called strike.
Good, that's out. The pitcher's doing a good job. You work with your young guys, and you've seen it and stuff where you mix up your timing. And he made Skaggs wait a long time to see if he was flinching, see if he was going. He's kind of doing the same thing with Holt. And then a quick pick over there, but then he'll make him sit there and wait. And as a pitcher, you want to either fall on your heels or get your weight going the other way. You don't want to let a guy get some momentum or get his weight shifting to second. Oh, that pitch is tough to hit.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably a strike, but it's as low and far outside as you can go. Coach running through the signs, 2-2 count with 2 outs. We talked earlier. He's got a lot better chance of scoring on second base. Maybe seeing some off speed in the dirt. Nope.
That one lifted foul. 2-2 remains the count.
Yeah, Coach gave him the sign, and Holt missed it.
Fouled off again.
Holt was on the move that time.
Yeah.
I'd send him again. You just hope he's not leaning and get picked off. I imagine they'll probably pick here knowing that he probably is stealing. Nope, there he goes.
Low and outside.
Little catcher indifference.
And Holt will advance to second.
I'm not sure the catcher thought that was ball 4. He didn't. Usually he's aggressive enough and does a good job. I don't know that he knew that he could have tried to get him.
Full count. And Mitchell goes down swinging. Top of the second coming up. 1-0, Greenwood on top. We'll be back here in a few minutes to Greenwood. Winfrey up to bat now for the Panthers. As Petty on top.
Well, we won the first inning, held them to 0. We scored 1. If we can do that every inning, you think we'd win?
7-0.
That's right. That's exactly right.
That's the thought, anyway.
Yeah, that's right. Ball hit to right field on the line.
Now batting the third baseman, number 4, Landon Fain.
Is that Bircher in right? I thought he was DHing. They've got everybody marked except Bircher. So they've got left field, center field. So, yeah, so Bircher's in right.
Okay. Strike one called.
Again, Pettigrew's got to keep the ball down, keep it on the corners, and keep getting ground balls and fly balls. Love to see a ground ball up the middle right here. Something Morgan or Adams could handle.
That one's in the dirt. Strozier blocks it. 1-1.
He's a South Ark commit. Going to go play baseball after high school. It's tough to do.
Mm-hmm.
He gets to do it. A little hit and run. Morgan was moving towards second with the runner going. I still don't think Morgan could have got there. It was just basically just swung all-arm hit. Falls just onto the grass behind shortstop. Puts runners at first and second. Makes you wonder if Junkerman, coach doesn't give him any signs over there at third. Don't know if he would just tell them to bunt or they're on their own. And that's a hit right on the line, down the line. One will score for sure. Two's going to try to make it to third and get hosed. Carnes couldn't handle the big hop. Had an easy catch and tag. Runner was dead to rights. Ball gets away from Carnes. Carnes falls going over the runner. Guy that hit the ball makes it safely to second. Now you have runners at second and third. Nobody out. And it makes you wonder what kind of leash, knowing you have Carnes and Kennan. Kennan got to throw against Fayetteville. Kennan went on a streak where he couldn't throw a strike, and come to find out his eyes, he had a problem with his eyes and his contacts. He only had one contact in, was basically couldn't see in the other. We see the ball delivered, hit off the end of the bat for foul. But against Fayetteville, Kennan looked pretty good. He still wasn't as consistent as he's been in the past, but he kept him off balance and did well enough to, I think, he got the win.
Low and away. 1-2.
Strozier was set up outside, and that was even thrown further than what Strozier was set up.
Good pitch in there, strike 3. The backwards K for the first out.
We like those, don't we?
Mm-hmm. Girls up 10-0 in the bottom of the 4th.
That's huge, big. Like I said, I don't know where Siloam is in softball, but that's huge for our girls to get a sweep if they can finish it out.
Ball inside. Swinging, strike 1.
See, and that's where he's effective if he'll just keep it away. And a lot of young guys, you try to be too fine or place it, and sometimes you lose a little focus on that outside just to throw it over, make sure you get a strike and get too much of the plate. He's had 2 hits off of him that were over the middle of the plate. If he can just keep it on the corners, Pettigrew will be very effective.
Shakes him off. Now he's set.
Boom. Nope. They're going to say it stayed high.
Huh.
Oh. Got him at second. So run that back. I know you're watching it, and it's different when you're not on the radio. So there's a slow roller. Morgan's coming through it, and it's right there. He meets the ball right where the grass meets the dirt, and it stays low instead of bouncing and ramping up. It stays low to the ground, goes right under his glove. Skaggs comes in, attempts to throw at the runner that was from second base. He slides in safely, just in from the throw. The runner at first was late, did not get a good jump, and Strozier had him thrown out easily at second base for Harrison Adams to apply the tag. So it gives you 2 outs, but damage was done, and they've got 3 runs this inning.
Mm-hmm. High and outside for ball 1 to the left-handed batter now.
Oh, no. Playing too shallow, get burned. It's going to be a triple. We've talked about Austin having speed out there, and Siloam Springs, and I would have played him exactly where he was playing because they were just dinking and dunking on people. And he gets the ball over the middle of the plate and burns Austin in center field towards the Farmer Bank sign. It was deep.
2 men out after the triple. And this one hit well.
That was a good play. Morgan knocks it down on the backhand short hop, picks it up and fires over to Holt.
Well, not before the damage is done. 3-1 now going into the bottom of the 2nd. Greenwood baseball here on Greenwood Sports Center.
together a few hits.
As Harrison Adams stands in now to lead off the bottom of the second, swing and a miss, strike one.
And Harrison's due. Harrison, put the ball in play hard the first year. He's just right now, it's kind of like in basketball where they teach you just to shoot it, don't try to make it. He just needs to go up there and swing it and quit trying to get a hit.
That one called strike two on the outside of the plate. 0-2 now. Little high and out. 1-2. And Adams has got a good eye at the plate.
Yes.
That one left up high. 2-2 now the count to Harrison Adams. The ladies lead 12-0 at the top of the fifth.
And that's got to be a run rule after 5 in softball too, correct?
I think that's right. Low and away, and Adams has worked the count full.
We talk about Pettigrew. He's on deck. He's just he may look like an older upperclassman, but he's just a sophomore. As we see Harrison take it off the ear, if not the neck. Harrison's tough though. He's just gonna rub some dirt on it and run down to first. But another guy in the bullpen you got is Jay Wright, and I was wrong. I was sitting there and I should have looked at the stats before I said anything. But Jay Wright got the win. He pitched 5 innings, and Kennan came in and got the save and threw 2. And for Jay and Kennan to both shut down Fayetteville, who's a pretty good hitting upper class classification team, was pretty good. And you still have those 2 guys in the bullpen as well.
Mm-hmm. Throw over to first to try to get Adams. He's back safely.
And I imagine the way Coach usually does, if Jay's not in the lineup hitting, he may have him so he can go get ready for pitching. He may be one of the first ones you see. As we see Petty foul it off into the bullpen.
First baseman gave chase, ran out of real estate.
Which hopefully next year you'll see from the edge of this dugout all the way to the bullpen a nice new facility for the kids to get dressed in, dressing room, bathroom. I know there's some stuff in the works to do that. It'd be great to have that done over here and then have the same thing done for softball as well.
Absolutely. Low and away.
Yeah, and I can't believe I forgot that Jay's one of those guys. He's not going to overpower you with mid-80s. What he's going to do is he's going to pick you to death inside, outside, off-speed fastball. So we see Petty offer on an outside off-speed. Oh, I got a Sunday hop. Oh, and then overthrows. It's going to be safe at second. No way they call him out. Oh, and they're going to call him out at second. Did it not look like he jumped up in the air and came off the bag? No one's going to argue it.
Huh.
It looked like so the second baseman got a big hop, and he turns to throw it and leaves it high to the shortstop who had to jump for it. And it looked like when he jumped for it, he came down off the bag and made the throw. And I guess they gave him the vicinity rule because I do not think he was on the bag. But that'll be a double play for the Panthers. 2 quick outs for the Bulldogs. And Strozier, who hit one over the farmer side or over the 365, is up to bat. And they're going to keep him away. They're not going to let him have anything inside. Yep, I should have checked that. I should have known with game changers. We see Strozier hits one in foul territory. First baseman, valiant effort, wasn't close to catching it, but made it look a lot closer than it was. Hustled after it. And Strozier's another kid that him and Mitchell both, they were DH4 early because of their struggles hitting. And, they both worked hard. They got in the lab, they worked at it, and now they're both turning into a pretty good hand at the plate.
Mm-hmm. Here's the 2-1.
Oh, I just missed that one.
Fouled back.
High fastball. You know, this was the shortstop last game, and it's hard on your arm to go from shortstop to pitcher to shortstop to pitcher. But sometimes you have to work with the athletes you're given, correct?
Mm-hmm. As Strozier works the count full here with 2 men out, nobody on, 3-1 Siloam.
Oh, another one. Just missed a fastball up high. We see Bircher come over and get the foul ball. And he walks. Didn't want to give him anything over the plate, so kept everything up. And he didn't offer at the last one for ball 4.
So here comes Bircher now, sophomore.
Baxley will courtesy run for the catcher. 2 outs.
Runner for the catcher, number 12, Jake Baxley.
They brought cookies tonight. Tim would have loved those cookies.
Oh, those cookies are left over.
Oh, he wouldn't have cared.
No. Called strike.
Left over from what? What, from the last week?
Let's see, what was that? I'm trying to remember. Dance banquet, maybe?
Oh, wow.
They donated their cookies. Low and away. Ball 2.
Yeah, they're shaking hands at the girls' game. I guess Greenwood won.
Yeah, 12-0 for the Lady Bulldogs.
Well, good. I bet Tim finds his way over here. What do you think?
That'd be fine with me. I've got a headset I'll give him.
He'll just ruin our. I think we've been doing well, and he'll just ruin it for us both, won't he?
Well,
with all of his experience, he'll get us all discombobulated.
He can talk.
He's good at what he does, and it's a thankless job because I'm not sure that they pay him enough, if anything. And he does it because he loves Green. He's a Bulldog. He's one of these Bulldog guys that through and through.
So Bircher walks, and that'll bring us back to the top of the lineup with Braden Skaggs.
And if you've watched Greenwood baseball, you know walks and errors kill you both ways. And right now, what Greenwood's got to do is take advantage of the walks from Siloam Springs.
Mm-hmm. And that's outside, ball 1. Foul ball.
Still, Skaggs is such a good contact hitter. He's only going to get better. You know, he uses every piece of that bat to get a hit, and once he gets more and more experience, he's only going to get better. Base hit to right field. Right fielder's going to come up throwing. And that's Coach watching the infield, knowing the guy's arm. I mean, he had no chance of getting back. So with 2 outs, he's going on the swing anyway, easily scores. And that brings up Carnes, who he's another one that loves to barrel up balls and hit them hard. Foul ball to the right side. It's going right to where the guys are getting the last foul ball. Matter of fact, Kendall made a heck of a one-handed play.
That's handy.
Can't be easy with metal cleats on concrete. We see Bircher get a little bit away. Out of ammo. He needs balls. So we had 2 walks. Well, actually, Adams was hit by a pitch, but he was forced out at second. And then Strozier walked and Bircher walked. Skaggs hit a single, did what he's supposed to do, got an RBI. Now you're here with runners at first and second, 2 outs. And he's unassisted at third base to get the 3rd out.
No errors. 2 men left on base after 2 complete innings. Panthers 3, Bulldogs 2.
Well, that'll bring us to the top of the 3rd, 3-2 now. Greenwood chopping away at that lead. We'll be back here in just a few minutes as the Lady Bulldogs win 12-0 here at Baseball Greenwood Sports Center on
Talk about J.P. Wills. Hits the ball hard. Been out in front of Pettigrew last time. Let's see if he can get him off balance again and get a fly ball.
Come on, make it good.
Swinging for the fences there. Swung and missed. Looked like a curveball outside. I don't think it was a changeup. Something off speed. Another curveball, same spot. Looks like it's going to hang out right there. It looks like it's going to hang out right on the corner. You go to offer at it, and it just falls off the table. 0-2, nothing. Now, hopefully he learned his lesson from Valonia.
yes, and he has.
Yes. I know Coach was like, oh, he was thinking, I guarantee he was thinking the same thing. Well, at least we've trained him to not throw one over the middle of the plate 0-2. High fastball.
It'll stay up. 2-2 now.
Now you're going to go back with the curveball in the outside corner. Hopefully get a rollover right to Carnes. Ball in the dirt, hit right in front of the plate. Good job of Strozier blocking. Basically for looks, nobody's on base. Still a great job back there. 3-2. J.P. Wills has worked it to 3-2.
Shortstop gobbled it up and over to Holt for the putout. 6-3.
Yep. Morgan made the throw, made it look good. It kind of got him on that in-between hop. He did a good job of handling it. Didn't come in. Gobbled it up, made a perfect throw over to Holt. I thought for sure Tim Terry would come over here now. He never misses an opportunity to talk a little bit.
Right.
We still got Taco Bell. Tell him we got Taco Bell.
Plenty of it. And 1-3 on the little dribble put out.
He rolled over on that. It was basically a swinging bunt. Pettigrew quick like a cat off the mound. Gets over to the line, fields it easily, makes the throw. The runner was in no hurry down the line. Must be a senior. And Pettigrew's one of these guys. He's been pitching backwards where he'll go curveball, curveball, fastball, curveball, curveball, fastball.
Right.
There's a fastball up.
And Holt makes the catch in foul territory to end the inning. We'll come into the bottom half of the third inning after this on Greenwood Sports.
Bottom of third inning. Siloam Springs Panthers 3, Greenwood 2. Greenwood wearing their, Tim always gives you the rundown, even though it's mainly for the radio, and you can see that they're wearing white with blue piping down the leg. Playing against Siloam Springs, Panthers wearing black. Greenwood's the good guys tonight.
Leading off for the Bulldogs, the shortstop, number 3, Bryce Morgan.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is H to the O.
Morgan 0 for 1 right now. He's a guy, though, that will put the ball in play hard. He's Greenwood's leadoff here in the bottom of the third. Aggressive on that first pitch fastball. Misses it. Holt on deck. Mitchell waiting in the hole. So we see another one. Morgan swinging through. Pitcher gets his sign. Ground ball to second baseman, throw to first for out number 1. Brings up Holt with 1 out. Holt had an RBI single
First baseman, number 21, Dawson Holt.
in his last at bat. Leaves that ball up. I would say that he usually doesn't swing at those, but as soon as I do, he will swing at one. Ooh. He did the same thing Morgan did. Got it kind of inside the ball, hit a ground ball to second baseman. Second baseman glove sides it, turns a pirouette, makes the throw to first to get him. for out number 2.
Austin Mitchell.
Brings up Mitchell with Harrison Adams in the hole. Or, I'm sorry, on deck. Pettigrew would be in the hole. Yep, that ball's going to stay out.
That one lifted foul, strike 1.
Oh, you got to let the catcher catch that.
Oh.
That was a ball off, and the catcher's glove was a strike, but he missed it, which tells me it was outside.
Yeah, just a touch.
And we've seen as the games progress, the shortstops kind of drop down to a 3/4 arm slot. And I don't know if his arm's getting tired, but, it's not sidearm, but it's not over the top either. Well, that one was when he throws his off speed. That's over the bag, foul. Which it looked like it went right over the bag, and then the first baseman, of course, misplays it, which would have left Mitchell on base. Can I request some in-base cameras? Can you?
You can request them.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Go right ahead.
Safe. Shortstop took his time.
Ball got away.
Going to be an error on shortstop.
And hey, baby, we got action.
Now batting the second baseman, number 4.
Yeah, that was a play. The shortstop didn't realize how fast Mitchell was. He was slow getting to the ball, just took his time. He double patted and then had to rush it and then overthrew. But now that gives you a runner at second base in scoring position with 2 outs as we see Harrison fouling off the first pitch.
Ball away. 1-1 the count. Ooh, guess who's coming?
TT.
Oh, he's on his way. Batting down the hatches. Swinging strike 2.
This place is about to get a lot more crowded.
It certainly is. I hope you got a chair over there.
Oh, yeah, I do.
Hey, your stool's laying over here on the floor.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Swinging strike 3.
That wasn't a very productive inning.
No hits, 1
No.
error, 1 man left on base.
3-2.
Complete innings, Panthers 3, Bulldogs 2.
Back, guys. As Bulldogs leave a man stranded. We'll be back in just a few minutes here on Greenwood Sports. Greenwood Sports Center online. Check out our Facebook page for information on games and whatnot. I got to brag a little bit about my senior. She got first place at the Beta Club convention there.
I saw that. Congratulations. That's huge.
Yeah.
Tim would say hashtag breed champions.
Right? I think they had a record-setting turnout there.
Oh, smoked the first pitch off Kennan. Kennan's the new pitcher in for Pettigrew. And this is where Kennan gets to kind of redeem himself. His last couple of outings for conference play, it has been rough to say the least. I think he threw 15 pitches, 14 balls. It just wasn't there. Come to find out it was his contact. Well, now we got everything together. We're playing Siloam Spring. This is his chance to get his way back into the pitching rotation.
Yes.
See a high fastball.
Yes. Some of the softball guys making their way over now. Almost had him dead to rights, did Strozier.
We got Bashir over there now, and don't know what happened, why Holt's gone. Got him.
Dead to right.
Yeah, that wasn't a good read by the runner. I mean, Strozier did a good job of just keeping it right between him, and he just picked it up, took his time, and threw him out.
Strike called. 3-1 now the count with one away.
Oh, he's here.
Oh, batten down the hatches, girls. Swinging, strike two.
You can have this chair unless you fit. You can't fit on that one. Give me that one. Play for Morgan at shortstop. Fields it on the second hop. Makes a throw over to Bashir.
And gets the out.
Yeah, Tim, you've missed. We made some wholesale changes. Adams had a couple errors last game, so I've moved him to second. Morgan to short. Carnes is at third. Pettigrew had an error at third. And then I don't know why Dawson's not in. He's played the whole game at first, and he hit a ball to the second baseman, hustled down to first. I don't know why he got pulled, but he's no longer in, and you see Bashir at first. Bircher's in right. Bircher had a good hit the last game. He gets rewarded, gets in the lineup.
Now, Bircher, I don't know.
Sophomore, good hitter, batting. He's probably batting 400.
Gotcha.
This is your water if you need one. Ooh, stepped in the bucket, couldn't touch that ball from Kennan.
Just got done the softball game, ladies, with a couple of sweep, a couple run rules of Siloam, so they took care of business. Sound like y'all had some fun in game one over here. Walk-off pass ball, always my favorite.
Wow, it was a crazy game.
I love winning. How about Kennan? This him on the bump, right?
He just got on here this inning.
Okay, good. Well, we've got to have him. I mean, I know, and Mitchell's been fantastic. And by the way, shout out to Austin Mitchell for finally getting on Twitter and following me. And then, of course, Carnes has been doing some relief work. Jay Wright's been in there some. But you got to have Kennan. If you're going to make a run in May for a state title, you've got to have this guy on the bump for experience that he's got, talent that he's got, and then you're just going to have arms if you're going to go 3 days in a row down through there in the tournament.
And let me clarify, when you say arms, you got to have velocity.
Yeah, right.
When you play the good teams, you can beat bad teams and okay teams, keeping them off balance, and have a guy that's a thumber. But when you get at the elite level, we're talking about the state semifinals and finals.
Yes.
It's proven with every team that's been there, they've had the arms. They've had the guy that throws it, low to mid 80s.
Yes.
And I'm not saying you can't win with those other guys, but if you have one of those guys, he's a guy that's going to pitch in college because he throws absolutely with control.
Yeah.
They can hit anywhere with 78, 79.
Well, and one thing if you can win with a guy that's not just dominant or overpowering at the semifinal or final level, that means the other team's got there with just their stud pitcher and their hitting is lacking. So you've got a chance. That'd be the only other way you've got a chance if you got a guy out there that's throwing mid-70s or something. You might be able to outscore the other team, but if they're having trouble with that kind of pitching. But usually at that point you got teams that pitch and hit real well. But we've seen it before where guys just have a dominant pitcher and he's made his way through the tournament. They got lucky and didn't start him in game one and won the game, and then were able to reach the finals with that guy. So, but we've got plenty of arms. We have to shore up our defense. The errors are just what just kills you. You just can't have errors. I mean, especially routine stuff.
No, but you know what Holland and I talked about too is it may be the trade-off to have hitting because you can't be down 3-2. We were down. We'd scored 3 runs going in the last inning against them in the first game, and we're not seeing dominant pitching.
Right.
You got to put. I don't care if they can't catch a fly ball. You put them out there and you do that thing where you hope and pray they don't get one hit to them, and you hope they get their 2 to 3 hits that they've been getting. I mean, you got to have guys hit the ball and get on base.
That's true. I agree. Yep, I agree with that too.
And it's tough. It's not easy in high school because you're dealing with a lot. They've got school, girls, parents. They've got a lot of stuff going on. They can't focus on just baseball. And, nobody beats up a kid in his head more than a high school baseball player. Those kids, if they don't succeed, they beat themselves up badly.
There's the first one to Kennan. First pitch swing is lifted to right field. The second baseman fell, and it's going to be a base hit. He came off the slope. I thought the right fielder might have a chance. The wind held it up. The second baseman slipped and fell, and it's a single for Kennan.
And the lights just came on. It's kind of twilight. It was a tough ball to read because that second baseman broke hard to the outfield. And then, like you said, there's a slope over there that would, if it was at a golf course, it'd have a bunker at the bottom.
Yes.
And he slips on it and falls. And then you've got Kennan. And, of course, you got Sam coming in to courtesy run for him, Sam Forbes.
Yeah. Well, and here's Strozier. Of course, I heard the call earlier.
Good
Strozier went yard in the last game, and that was really necessary for him for his positive momentum. Forbes is picked off. He's dead meat. Drifted too far away, and we talked about that. Base running errors ad nauseum over last season and most of this season. You just can't get picked off, and dadgummit, that's just a senior error from Forbes.
Yeah, and again, we've talked about it. Forbes is a great basketball player, but he hasn't played baseball at that level where and I don't care who you bring in on the bases this time of year, make sure that they're, first of all, they know what they're doing, they know when to go, where to go, how to read, and then fast would be nice.
Yep. That's outside to Strozier. 2-0 is the count. No, 1-1. 1-1 we're calling it. The first one was a strike, I suppose. One down now. Forbes being picked off. And it's swinging bunt, and Strozier's going to get a late jump, but he's going to beat the throw. No throw.
No throw. Wow. Communication between the pitcher. The pitcher said he had it with the catcher. Should have been the catcher's ball. And I've bragged on him. He's been solid back there and got an arm. But I don't know if he didn't see it off the bat, but he got a horrible jump to get that ball.
Is this your this is the DH Bircher. Well, actually, he's out in right field.
Yeah. And you see a courtesy runner. I believe Baxley come in courtesy run.
Okay, so we'll talk about Forbes getting picked off. Okay, that probably should have been a routine out, so it kind of breaks even. The second baseman fell, or he would have been out. So I'm going to call it scratch.
Okay.
Low and outside to Bircher. And we're right back where we started. We got a guy on first with one out. I think we're all square.
Okay.
But, yeah, it was a mistake. Of course, I don't think he's been picked off. Maybe
no, that's his first time, I believe. It's just not a good time when you're down one second conference game trying to get a sweep.
Swing and a miss for Bircher. Siloam's and they're all black. Their softball team was an all black as well, except for they had the little SS logo on the front of their T-shirt tops.
I gave you a shout out. I told him, I said, I know you're just watching and there's no radio, and you can plainly see that Greenwood's wearing white with a blue pinstripe and they're wearing black, but I said it anyway.
There you go. Fantastic. Swing and a miss for Bircher. He's in a 1-2 hole, the Greenwood right fielder now.
And I don't have your eagle eye, so I couldn't tell the font that's on the front of either jersey. You can cover that if you want.
Right. That's just kind of block letter for Siloam, I believe. Greenwood's in a cursive font.
There you go.
Yeah, neither one with a New Times Roman. Here's the 2-2.
which is the most popular in Microsoft Word.
Absolutely. Here's the pitch. That's ripped out, and it's going to be a base hit in left center field. And Baxley will move up to second base. 1 out, 2 on for Skaggs. It's top of the order.
Yeah, Bircher, the top of the order was Skaggs, and Bircher's earning a spot in the lineup saying, hey,
beautiful.
get me in there. I want to hit.
Beautiful. I don't have a lineup or a book in front of me, so we're – oh, man.
Now you do.
Let me get out the old spectacles. Gilbert is their pitcher. Here's Skaggs. What's he at? 2 for 2. Nice. RBI. Scored a run and ahead in the count here, 1-0. Gilbert is their pitcher. Right-handed pitcher working from the stretch. 2 men on. 1 out. Bottom of the 4th. Skaggs wanted to wear it. They're going to say
Did not go. Not even going to check him?
yeah, surely for now. Coach is coming out of the dugout. They're going to ask to check, and the field ump's going to say safe. He wasn't watching it all. Now coach is going to come out of the Siloam's dugout and probably should get tossed if they don't change this into a strike.
Well, I thought he might have tipped it. I thought I heard a foul tip.
All right, that's
did anyone
possible.
else hear it?
I did not. I thought he was going to try to let it beat him. Now the umpires are going to talk it over, and they're going to call it a foul ball.
Okay.
So that's good enough. Yes, it will be tipped. It will be counted as a tipped ball.
But I'd like to know how they came up with that, because that's something you call right when it happens. Even if you're the guy in the field that saw it, immediately you raise your hands and you say foul ball.
That's just good officiating. We got together and we discussed it. We knew we missed an obvious check swing that wasn't checked, so we'll just go foul ball and everybody's happy.
Sounds good. And the lie detector determined that was a lie.
Right. And fouled back into the netting. That's a definite foul ball. It's 1-2. 3-2, the Panthers lead as they did in game 1. The Bulldogs scratched out a conference win. Got to get this sweep right here. This is one you circled as a sweep before the season started. And Skaggs rips it. Fair ball inside the bag. That's going to tie it up. Here comes Baxley around third base on his horse. And into third is Bircher, and a double RBI for Skaggs. And man, has he been having a hot bat?
Oh, he's hot. And in fact, I think he did that the first game where he hit one right down the line, right over the bag. That's his corner down there. And like I said, he's got a couple hits off the handle, off the end. He'll use every piece of that bat to get a hit, and he's done outstanding.
So second and third, still just 1 out. We're tied up.
And Carnes is up now,
Wow.
and he's been almost as hot as Skaggs.
Skaggs 3 for 3 with 2 RBI now. Carnes here so far 0-2, and Coach is going to come out of the Siloam dugout. We may see a pitching change.
Yeah, this guy was the shortstop last game, and he's lost some control and velocity. He's leaving it over the middle of the plate, and if you do that with Carnes or the next 2 or 3 batters, then Greenwood's definitely going to take a lead. And you got to think, as a coach, you got Aiden Kennan on, who's probably going to go pitch and play somewhere. He's got a little bit of velocity that, man, we better not let this thing get out of hand right now.
So I was talking in the softball game how hard it was going to be to hit one out. Obviously here with the wind out of the south, it's sure helping everything to center and left with the high breeze coming out of the south, 16 mile an hour.
For sure. And, Strozer's ball didn't clear it by much, but it'd have been, if the wind hadn't have been blowing, it'd been close.
Right.
It's one of those where he hit it well, but I still think he had it some in him. I think he still could hit it harder, but he hit it well.
Where'd she go out at?
Right over the 365.
Freedom Roofing contractor sign?
That would be perfect, but no, it was right over the McGraw sign,
I got you.
right where the
McGraw
365.
Realtors.
Yes.
Yeah, good. Here's the first one to Carnes, and it's tipped right back at us. Strike 1. 1 out. You see what I did there?
You did well.
Okay. I didn't know if anybody knew there was some hail and stuff in the area that maybe they might want to check out Freedom Roofing. Are y'all sponsoring tonight's game in any part?
I wish.
Yeah.
I needed to. If I got here just straight from work, looked at 15, 16 roofs today, but everybody that got pea-size hail was wanting the roof inspected. And
right. The 1-1 to Carnes is over but low, and it's a 2-ball, 1-strike count to the Greenwood freshman, right-handed bat. By the way, Gilbert stayed in as pitcher for Siloam.
Which tells me, and Hall and I talked about it, is I bet they're not very deep. Right. I bet they just don't have a ton of guys.
Swing and a miss. Carnes with a home run hack, 2-2. Carnes, last time I watched him play, basically hit for the cycle down at Valonia was magnificent as the boys swept the Eagles last Tuesday. Here's the 2-2. High cheese and a full count now. First base open. Bryce Morgan's out on deck, the Greenwood shortstop. Bryce back over there kind of where he's comfortable. Hope his arm's, I guess, feeling good. Here from Gilbert, the 3-2. Carnes went up and hacked it. Pitcher's off the mound. Everybody's moving, and they come home, and he's out. Yeah, we needed everybody to stay still there.
That's not good base running.
Yep.
That's the first thing you say is, look, if it's hit to the third baseman or pitcher, you freeze. You don't go because that's an automatic out. Now you have runners at first and third. We took our 2 runners out of scoring position.
Yep. We'll see if Carnes can get back in scoring position pretty quick here. Here comes Bryce Morgan. He's over 2 here in the nightcap. Senior playing shortstop. Tied at 3. Greenwood with a chance to get this thing and get the lead here in the bottom of the 4th, but cut down at home was Bircher. So here is Bryce Morgan. Carnes gets a good lead over at first, and the first one's in there for a called strike. 2 outs, bottom of the 4th, tied at 3. The nightcap of this 5A West twin bill. Clouds are kind of breaking up. I see some blue sky, but we're going to throw the old fake to first action.
And if you do that, you're hoping that first guy on first is leaving on first movement, because then you got him. It's not, you're not going to really trick him unless he goes on first movement.
Way outside, 1-1 now. Now, Keith, so we don't do the rundown thing here like we've done before to get that run, or was it too early for that? Get Carnes on a rundown?
Yeah, not with Morgan. Not with Morgan up to bat.
Okay.
You got a senior.
1-1, that's low. 2-1.
Plus, against Siloam Springs, to me, you play for the big inning. You don't play for 1 run and say, hey, look, we're trying to get 1 to beat you. You show Siloam right now, look, we don't need 1. We're going to get a bunch.
I got you. The 2-1 to Morgan. It's outside 3-1. Bashir out on deck for Greenwood. If Morgan can keep the inning alive and get these bases loaded, one ball away from that. Coach running through the signs over at third. He gets Morgan to get out of the batter's box.
You don't know what he's given, but right now it's, the other reason he may not be doing that to leave early, which maybe he's going to here to get a run. Maybe he doesn't have. Nope, he's going to wait.
Here's the 3-1.
Straight steal.
And that's in there for a called strike. The catcher pump fakes, and Carnes is down to second, no problem.
Catcher indifference?
Yes, catcher indifference, and also not a steal. Yeah, a catcher indifference. And catcher kind of lollygagged it back to the pitcher. I'd like to see that ball get loose, score that way. Skaggs, a savvy runner. Here's the full count. Hey, Morgan! Oh, a line drive. Just couldn't get it over the high-rising second baseman. Wow, what a play as he climbed the ladder, and so the inning ends. But the Bulldogs scratch out a run. Some costly base running errors, though. A pick off and then gunned down at home. 2 outs on bad base running. But the game is tied, though, Keith. We go to the 5th inning. Let's take a break on Greenwood Sports Center. We welcome you back to Nine Pines.
thought there were 8 now. I thought you said one.
We planted one, I thought. Didn't we plant one? Or
We
we
were
just talking
going
about
to plant one.
okay.
I got a couple pine cones I can throw out there.
Wow, pine cones. They're cones.
Coniferous.
Yes. Yeah, here's number 5. Yeah, here's number 5. I guess I can pull this game up on my phone while we're.
Here, I got it. There you go.
And first pitch is fouled out of play towards the freshman center.
They don't have numbers? Yeah, let's go. What's this? Game stream. There we go.
Willis is batting. He's 0 for 1. Yeah.
Go back to box score now.
Willis is 0 for 2 today. Well, they already know? No, it's in Willis down at the bottom. He's the second baseman. There's another Willis catching. Strozier out to talk to Kennan. Get their signs right. We're in the top of the 5th. Game 2 of this twin bill. 7 innings scheduled. We'll be at Mountain Home next Tuesday. We'll have the radio for you as well on the big road trip to Mountain Home. Probably leave tomorrow, be able to get up there for first pitch. Sheesh.
That's funny you say that. I asked Holland if he wanted to leave Sunday.
Right. Strike. Nice little off speed there from Kennan, 0-2.
That 12-6 breaking ball is nasty, especially if you're trying to set up and gear up for that fastball coming in low 80s.
Here is the 0-2 to Willis, their second baseman. Made a nice jumping catch to end the inning. High cheese just tipped, thankfully, because it got through Strozier's glove.
Well, it wouldn't have if it hadn't been tipped.
Right.
Strozier would have caught it.
I got you. And so it's a foul ball.
He's been awesome back there behind the plate. Kept balls close. Threw a guy. Were you here when he threw the guy out stealing?
Yes, I just walked up at that point. He was out by a mile.
Out by a mile.
Beautiful.
Country mile.
Country mile. Country roads. 0-2. Curveball inside.
If that ball is anywhere near the plate, it's a strike just for him bailing out like that.
I agree. 1-2. Beautiful night. We got this in before the weather gets here. Hopefully the weather won't come back around. It's supposed to have snuck back in on us, I think, tonight.
Do you mean bad weather? Because I thought there was weather 24 hours a day.
The weather is here always. But I went weather like W-H-E. Whether we weathered the storm or not.
Gotcha.
You're
Storms.
right. There's always weather. I know you like storms. You like the bad weather.
I want everybody to stay safe.
Right. Just outside. Strozier tried to frame it, and the count is full. No fatalities, but every roof blown off.
No, don't even want the roof blown off.
Okay, you don't want to do all the decking and everything. You just want the shingles. I got you. Good. Full count. Kennan kicks and fires. Right back at him. Couldn't scoop it. And not in time. Oh, he was in time. Wow. Bang, bang play over there from Harrison Adams at second base. Maybe a 1-4-3 if you're scoring at home. I think it hit Kennan's glove. So
I thought Kennan had it. I thought it was something he was going to field.
Yep.
We saw earlier when Mitchell was pitching, he kind of did the same thing, except he affected it a little bit more than Kennan did, and it cost the infield of making a play. It slowed it down enough to where it was an infield hit.
Christian Ledecker, their leadoff center fielder. He's 2 for 2, left-handed bat. First time he's seen Kennan. And that's
inside fastball.
Called strike.
And we saw him pitch. He did pretty well coming in and pitching. But
okay. Game 1?
Yeah.
Okay.
Holland, was he on the mound at the end of the game? Did he get to finish it? The last game he finished it, and he lost control. The lefty.
Swing and a miss, 0-2. Pitches left as well. This guy pitched left-handed?
Yes.
Good. Okay.
Yes, and he did great. He just kind of ran out of gas and had a couple key walks. And
well, just curious how we did against left-handed pitching. That was more where I was looking for.
I don't think we got a chance to do very.
Gotcha.
Because you're thinking of the Greenbrier guy.
Well, I just meant any left-handed. Yeah.
He's probably Husky's probably the best in the conference.
Oh yeah.
And, it'd be nice to go. You beat him, and then you got a chance to sweep in Greenbrier.
Ooh, here's the 1-2. That one was outside from Kennan to Ledecker. That's ripped past the first baseman, and in the right field he's 3 for 3. So he could care less who's pitching. It's nice. So here's Pennington, their shortstop.
Now batting the shortstop, number 66, Wyatt Pennington.
Fantastic number. You don't get enough 66s. That Ray Nitschke, was he 66? Wow. One out here in the top of the 5th. 66. Got to be a story, and I'd love to hear it. Kennan from the stretch now for Greenwood. He's up on top. Ledecker with a lead over at first, a long lead. Good job. You talked about that, Keith, the bounce. We saw Valonia guys trying to go on that bounce, and Greenwood pitchers dictating how long it's going to be up there on top in the set position.
Yeah, they do a good job of mixing up their timing and pitching, different 1, 2, or 3s. Ooh, I thought that went out the window.
Almost.
Ground ball would be nice. Throw something off speed here, roll over to Morgan.
This is Pennington, their shortstop. Here's the 1-0. There goes the runner. Can Strozer get to him? He cannot get there in time. It was close. Ball squirted free, but they're going to run it down. I think he called it a strike. 1-1.
And that was just a steal off of Aiden. Aiden let him get that bouncing lead and kind of get some momentum going.
One now, runner in scoring position for Siloam. There is an out. Their catcher Willis out on deck. And there's a high chopper. Adams will wait on the second bounce at second, over to first, out number 2. That moved the runner Pennington up. I noticed Willis had his shin guards on in the on-deck circle with just one out, so I was going to go ahead and tell him to get those off. But he's coming in now.
And there's two different. I've been wondering. My youngest plays catcher too, and everybody's different.
I got you.
I was asking the big guys, like the college coaches, they want their catchers' gear off on the on deck. They said they don't want a batter to think that, look, that guy thinks I'm going to get out.
That's right.
So
I like that.
I don't care if you're going to have to put it on or not. You're going to take it off while you're on the on deck circle.
They're going to intentionally walk him, Willis, who's 0 for 2. I guess to get force situation.
Well, he's been hitting the ball hard.
And now, has he? Okay.
Yes, he has. The first game, he was hitting the ball very hard, and you take him out of the equation. And how has this guy done this game?
Courtesy runner now. Here's Gilbert, their pitcher. He's 0 for 2.
Yeah, and he's also the shortstop last game. And,
right.
I just don't think he's hit the ball like the catcher has.
So with 2 outs, Greenwood just needed one more to get out of this little bit of a jam that Kennan's in here. With runners at the corners for Siloam and Gilbert. A left-handed bat, throws right. First one is over but low, ball 1. If we get any more rain, we have to get out there in that creek with my Bobby Garland baby shad from Pradco and see if I can snag me some crappie. Or any in that creek back there. Well, maybe some crawdads. Here's a 1-0 from Kennan. We'll thank the folks at Pradco and Taco Bell. Some of our sponsors. Among others. Oh, the life of the new ringtone. 2 balls and a strike. 2 outs. And here's Aiden Kennan up on top. That's outside. And Strozer's going to ask for time and get it, and he's going to go talk to Kennan.
Yeah, he's got to talk. This is what he had problem with before, which, he's throwing more strikes. He did it against Fayetteville. We talked about Jay Wright got the win. I misspoke earlier. And I forgot he pitched 5 innings. It just didn't seem like it.
Right.
But he pitched 5. He got the win. Kennan came in with the save and pitched good and threw strikes, and that's why he's in now in a conference game. But that's one thing he can't do is start walking people, especially with 2 outs.
3-0 count. Let's see if Kennan can come with a strike.
It's kind of a no-no when the coach intentionally walks somebody to walk the next guy as well.
Right. That's in there for a called strike.
And he did exactly what you're supposed to do when the catcher comes and tells you to throw a strike.
Siloam Faithful didn't like that. The on-deck batter was heading to get in the box.
That's all right.
He can this time. Here's the 3-1. Right up on the plate, and they walked him. Bases loaded. And Mikado's going to come out to the mound. And will we see a new pitcher? Yep. Carnes is going to get the nod, come in from third base. So they're going to run the loop here. Who else is going to come in and do the defensive work? 19's going to come in and go to third base.
Saki's going to go to third.
All right.
Carnes is going to come in to pitch.
Yep. And Kennan will get some high fives and handshakes for his boys in the dugout. Let them know they're still behind him. Adams and Morgan up the middle. You wonder, they've just swapped. I mean, you said Harrison had a couple of errors at short?
Yeah, I think he had one against Fayetteville too. And
Okay.
they're not timely. You know,
Right.
they weren't at good moments, and especially you got to make that change. Especially, you know, Saki misses a ball, Holt misses a ball, you pull them, and we talked about it. Well, as a coach, you got to be consistent, or you're going to kind of lose the ship. And
Yeah.
so he moves him over, and now you're just hoping that Morgan and Harrison can adjust to their new positions.
Yep. Not too worried about Bryce. He's been a shortstop for a while.
Yeah, the arm, I guess, was the only thing we were ever really worried
Yeah.
about because it was sore, and that's
Yeah.
why they made that move. And then, you know, we saw Holt make those plays at first, and then out of
Yeah.
nowhere, you know, the ball was a little bit to his right, and he reaches across his body, and it just hits off the end of his glove. And it's one of those that shouldn't have been made, errors shouldn't have been made,
Right.
but coach pulls him, and, you know, now you've got to go there that hadn't been working as much there as the other positions because Holt thought he had it sewed up, so don't know why he was pulled this game. He
Looked like he was 1 for 2 with an RBI. I was looking at the batting numbers here. Dawson was.
Well, and that's the thing. We talked about the first game. He's second in the team in RBIs, and he's, you know, Bashir, not to take anything away from Bashir, but, you know, he's batting 173, and then you got a guy with the second in the team in RBIs, and he came up with the bases loaded, and you're down.
Right.
I mean, you know, as a coach, you got to put the guys out there that have proven themselves and is going to get the job done.
Well, let's see what Carnes can do. He came in Valonia in a similar situation, except there were no outs. I think Wright had walked a couple, and Carnes ended up dealing out 6 strikeouts. Got out of that. Got the save down there in game 2, and there's a called strike to the Siloam right-handed bat. Bases loaded, swinging a miss at some more gas. Carnes just ran back and saying, "Go get it."
Yeah, this is huge right here. Bases loaded, 2 outs.
Carnes is ready. Here it comes. Strozier sets up way outside. Got him on the line. Wow, that's nasty. Outside black bull. Grant Carnes comes in 3 strikes. Shuts down the Siloam threat. Son of a gun. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. We go to the bottom of the 5th.
Well, if we could just have all our pitchers do that, you don't have to worry about your defense.
Right. Yeah, you'd never walk anybody if you threw 3 straight strikes.
That's right.
3 straight strikes.
Well, don't let them hit it, and you don't have to worry
Yeah.
about playing defense.
That's exactly right. Well, that was big. You know, we're kind of getting used to Grant Carnes this, Grant Carnes that. I hope, you know, people think, you know, some people kind of get tired of hearing that one guy, but sweet Moses, that dude's a dandy of every sport. I think that number 4 hole just struck out, I believe, was the last batter there.
Let's see.
It was that Fane or
No, there at the bottom.
well, he intentionally walked the catcher, and then Gilbert was a left-hander. Yeah, it was either Fane or Winfrey.
Here, let's look here at the Winfrey at bat.
Yeah. Or Fine, I say, Fane. We're tied at 3, and the Bulldogs are coming to bat.
Panthers now pitching number 13, Spencer Stephenson.
Spencer Stephenson.
So they're at the bottom, and you got to like that going into
Stevenson?
the last 2.
Maybe. Spencer Stevenson, the lefty. Do what? They're going to be at the bottom of their order in the 6th.
Yes. Next inning, they'll have 7, 8, 9.
Tall, lanky lefty. Pitching. Magnificent mullet going on here from Stevenson.
Is it in a ponytail kind of? Or?
Well, maybe it's kind of a, you know, Penn and Teller. He's kind of got the Penn look there, the big guy. Not the one that, or is it Teller? Which one? The one that's not silent, the tall one.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you. With glasses?
Yeah, I think that's Penn.
Number 27, Weston.
Well, here's Bashir, Greenwood's first baseman, who come in bat from the right side. See if he can get things going here in the bottom of the 5th for the Bulldogs. Stevenson up on top, the left-handed pitcher. See how the Bulldogs do against his lefty. Upstairs, ball 1. He was a little bit wild in warming up. And that was lifted in the air a mile high, but the left fielder says, "Do I have it?" Yes. I couldn't tell if it was I'm not sure where it's at or calling everybody off. It was the latter, and out number one.
Now back to center fielder number.
And here's
Austin's
Mitchell.
been hitting the ball hard.
Boy, he's been pitching fantastic, Keith. That's
He's been doing everything. Center field, diving, catches, throwing people out. I mean, he's really stepped up his game, and it's going to be fun to watch him progress.
Yes, here's the first one to Mitchell. And that comes to the backstop, Nuclear Loosh style. L.A. Loosh.
And sometimes that's harder to hit than the guys that are all over the zone. You know, he hadn't thrown many strikes.
Right.
One, I think, when we swung at it.
One ball to Mitchell. Greenwood center fielder. And that one just missed upstairs. 2-0. Mitchell get the win in game one. He got through all that mess.
Yeah, he pitched a complete game.
Good. Here's the 2-0. That one's upstairs and on the outside, 3-0. And it's going to send Willis, their catcher, out to talk to Mr. Stevenson.
Again, we didn't think they were real deep, in pitching. Hey, and this just made me think, today's weather, do you know of any other scores? Anybody else getting to play today? Russellville playing?
Yes, somebody was playing. Doc Smith gave me a score. I know Alma and Van Buren were playing.
Ooh, that's a big game.
Alma beat them in extra innings, I think, in game one in baseball. Or was it the other way around? It was an extra inning game, win 8 innings. See if Doc Smith may be listening and give us that. I know it was an 8 innings, and I think Van Buren.
Well, anytime that Alma has Taylor on the mound, they have a chance of winning. That guy's looking at his stats. That was baseball wins.
Yeah, that was ours.
Oh. So you got to think that if Alma did win, Taylor was probably on the mound. The thing is, he can't throw 8 innings. So it makes you wonder who they had to come in after that.
Right. 1 out and a walk, and there's a bunt from Adams. It's a good one. Pitcher's off the mound and no throw. Adams was speedy. Yes, a base hit, infield hitting a bunt for a hit. That's fantastic. Here's Aiden Dale Saki now, the third baseman for Greenwood. Will come in with the right side with 1 out and 2 men on.
And usually that's the side, you got a lefty that pitches. He falls to that side. Usually he's got a better chance of making that play, and he didn't even offer the throw.
The bunt was kind of a pop-up in the air bunt, and it just was closer to maybe the foul line a little bit. It just kind of – and Adams is speedy, of course. Just kind of got out there in no man's land. Here's Saki. First pitch swinging, he fouls it off the catcher. Strike 1. They're up on the grass at the corners.
I like the aggressiveness.
Strozier out on deck for Greenwood. 0-1 to Saki.
Big lead at first.
Almost got him inside. He got out of the way of that one, 1-1.
He leads the team in hit by pitches.
Right.
And that's tough because I don't think he's had near as many at-bats as everybody. And to lead the team in hit by pitches is pretty good.
Yeah. The 1-1 to Saki. Stevenson comes home with the lefty. Saki off the fists, and it's just foul. And the first baseman couldn't get down and make the play, so that's going to let that ball drift out.
He's just setting up the defense. He's going to poke it foul over here and then pull something down the line.
Yes. Probably in a good mood down there. His old man with a sweep of the Lady Panthers in softball. Run rule both games.
Well, he's choked up. He, right now, even if he gets out, or he's got to try to move them over and get them both in scoring position with 2 outs.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And that's probably something you don't have to tell him.
Right. Runners get their leads at first and second. Huge lead. There goes the runner to third. That ball's low. Everybody moving up. No throw. No, got a care in the world.
And that's where the catcher's got to attempt. The guy at first was late getting a jump because he was like, okay,
right,
this guy stole on his own, so I got to make sure. So that's the guy you want to throw at. And he didn't even offer at him.
2-2 to Saki. Come on, Aiden. 1 down. That's way upstairs. He's run the count full. Good looking at bat so far from Saki. Just pick you 1 out. Just takes 1 here. Don't help him. Wind howling out to left field. I can see him barrel 1 up into the batting cages. Here's the 3-2. Outside, a great at bat, and Saki walks And the bases are loaded, and that brings the skipper out of the dugout for Siloam. And it's going to bring Dylan Strozier to the plate in a moment after we probably have a pitching change.
He's got a brisk walk out there. Earlier when he went out there, he was kind of strolling. He's got something on his mind he wants to tell everybody.
Probably throw a strike. It's the most dangerous pitch in the game. The strike. It's the most effective.
But, and again, you got to play the cards that's dealt you
Yep.
in high school. I mean, you can't,
Right.
unfortunately, I guess you can recruit a little bit or go get the people you need.
Mm-hmm.
But, and people gravitate towards winning programs.
Right.
I mean, they've done it in every sport here at Greenwood. People
Yep.
move in because use hashtag breed champions. I mean,
Right.
so, but some schools aren't lucky enough to have that. So you got to go with homegrown kids. And if you don't got it, you don't got it.
Right.
And it's nothing to say Siloam Springs doesn't have it, but, if you don't have pitching, you just don't have it. And It's hard to develop a kid, that plays 3 sports because your student class is built so every kid has to play all 3 sports.
Yep, true. Well, here's the first one to Strozier with the bases loaded, and it's upstairs. They're up at the corners, still back at double play depth in the middle.
And you tell them here
out.
something deep or to the right side, and we like deep.
The 1-0 to Strozier. That's outside 2-0. I noticed Saki had a couple of girls hitting triples earlier, and the next batter always went to the right. Maybe ground out at the second, but the run always was scored. I don't think we left anybody on third over there. Not many. Here's the 2-0. Upstairs, 3-0. No place to put him. Got to come with a strike or it's an RBI. I did see Saki get a couple girls thrown out at third. I knew that. Just if you're,
Just be
just so you
consistent.
know, the
If you
coach
got-
is sitting right behind you.
just be consistent, be aggressive, consistent. It's okay.
There's nothing better than a guy up 9-0 and furious, and I like that. You see that a lot in Greenwood coaching. That's what I like about all of our coaches. It's not just about winning; it's doing your job and performing.
Competing, just
Yep.
being your wins and losses. People say it's not about the wins and losses. Well, it is. I mean, Saki was an athlete in high school and a pretty good one, and I guarantee it was because he didn't like to lose.
Right. 3-1.
Oh,
Swing and a miss for Strozier. Base is still loaded.
that was a perfect pitch. That little backdoor curveball to just drive it that way.
Yep. Full count now to Strozier with 1 out. And he fouls that one back. He tried that time to do it, I think.
Well, that was probably 2 balls off the plate. He did a good job of fouling that pitch off.
Bircher out on deck. Here's the 3-2. Swing and a miss. That's a huge strikeout for Siloam Stevenson.
Well, Bircher's been hot, though. He's been hot at the plate.
The sophomore playing right field. Greenwood has got to get something out of this. The bases loaded with 1 out. You got to get one across here. Now there's 2 outs. Let's see if Bircher can take a deep breath.
He's 1 for 1 with a walk.
Nice.
He's batting over 500, I believe. He's only had like 5 or 6 at bats for the year.
Oh, got a good one to hit. First pitch, 0-1. He swing through it. Yep. And Mikado's trying to beg him to go to the other way, but everybody's got the pulls tonight. That wind is enticing. 0-1 the count to Bircher. There you go, towards the shortstop. Gloved, will he boot it? He pitches it to the second baseman covering, and he's there for the force out. That's a tough one for the Bulldogs, leaving them loaded.
Yeah, it didn't find the barrel. You could tell by the way it came off his bat. It probably got it in off the handle and just didn't hit it hard enough to get through. It was bang at second, though. It was really close. I thought it was closer than they made it sound, and didn't get the job done.
Well, the best thing is they don't take runs off for that, so we're still tied.
That's right.
And obviously you'll live to see another at-bat as we go to the top of the 6th inning. We'll stay right here. Yeah, I want to thank Mr. Sean Holland, engineering tonight's ball game. I'm sure he was fantastic, working some color commentary analysis earlier.
The amazing thing is me and you just sit here and talk.
Right.
He's over there directing, working the cameras, and talking. I mean, it's crazy that he's able to I couldn't multitask like that. You lose my attention too fast. I'm trying to watch Peyton's game on iScore and the Greenwood game at the same time, and I'm lost half the time.
Right. Carnes will come back out to start the 6th. Saki over at third. Usual suspects is Bircher's out in right, Mitchell's in center, Skaggs over in left. Morgan at short, Adams at second. Top of the 6th, tied at 3. Greenwood trying to sweep this 5A West twin bill, and really a must sweep. I mean, I said this in the softball game. You know, that was a must sweep for Saki and the girls. It's one of those deals where you lose one of these games and your postseason is kind of, it's a little, I mean, it's probably still going to happen, but shaky. If you sweep them, you're right back on, you're in where you should be, you're staying on track. Might hurt your seeding a bit if you lose a game. You're still probably going to make the postseason, but you want to sweep and take care of business. Stay in line. I think in the softball, the conference is wide open, really, except for maybe one or two teams. About the same way it is in baseball. Huh?
Yeah, we talked if you can sweep here, sweep at Mountain Home, and then you kind of leave your destiny in your own hands. You do something great at Greenbrier to finish up the year, and man, then you could actually be first or second place.
We got Alma in there between the Mountain Home and Greenbrier, correct? They're at home. Their little chopper. Morgan trying to go get it up the middle, but just couldn't get to it. And a lead-off single first pitch swinging for the Panthers. Top of the 6th. Just hit it where they ain't. CNI single.
Designated hitter number 22, Lucas Juckerman.
Here's the DH, Juckermans. Right-handed bat. Carnes up on top, and he will kick and fire. Swing and a miss at some high cheese. Be anxious to see if Bashir stays at home over there on that bag. A huge lead from the runner at first. Let's see if Stroger throws in behind him. Time is asked for from the batter and granted. And third base coach saying get a little bigger lead over there. Here's the 0-1 from Grant Carnes. And it's upstairs. I knew they were going to throw back over there, but not in time. He slid back in head first. Trying to entice Stroger to throw it out into the right field. Bashir's got to be a wall. That was a good shot from Dylan, right on the money.
Dylan, good. Pop time gets rid of it quickly.
1 ball, 1 strike to Yuckermans. Believes the batter's name. Carnes comes home with it. That's in the dirt. And Stroger knocked that one down. Stays here. Keeps the runner at first. 2-1. I don't know if that was going to try to be a pitch out and maybe catch him stealing, but Carnes kind of palmed it a little bit. Here's the 2-1. That's in there for a called strike. Fastball. Forget about the curveball, Ricky. Give him the heater. 2-2. Carnes from the stretch comes set up top. Right-handed freshman. Here it is. And he reaches out and taps one to right. Couldn't get there. The ball drops, no problem. The throw heading to third, but off up the line. And we've got first and third now for the Panthers. Good shot from, well, that's not. That's number.
Is that Denson, Zane Denson?
Yeah, Denson's out there and left and right now. Well, that's not.
Wow. It was Bircher.
Bircher, yeah. He's been lifted for Zane Denson. Well,
and if you do a defense, you don't make a gaff like that. Usually you get the ball, and, if you put your best defense out there, you want them to keep the runner at second base. You don't want them to go to third base with nobody out.
Well, he the guy had already rounded second was heading to third. He was trying to cut him down, I believe.
You think that's why he came up and the ball goes under him?
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yeah, he couldn't have caught it, I don't think.
I thought he was going to short hop it, and I don't know if the runner was going to go.
I see what you're saying.
I think if he gets that cleanly, the runner doesn't try to go to third.
I understand. I got you.
Because he froze when the ball was in the air.
Yep. First one's in there for a strike. There goes the runner to second. And it's a strike, I believe, as well. Yeah, 0-2. So we've got second and third now. Wow, 1-1. Mercy. And Carnes in the pickle here for sure. There's another one to right field.
Is it deep enough?
I don't know. He's flying in on it if he just couldn't get to it. His first move was back. Tried to throw home. Now to third. And the ball's not in time at third either. And Siloam is taking the lead. There's still runners at the corners. Boy.
Man, coach is livid at Denson. Like, you got an opportunity, conference game, to dive and lay out and make a catch.
Well, his first move was back about 2 steps, and that cost him. He thought that, I guess, was going to be deeper. Had he been on his horse coming forward, he could have caught it on the run, and there would have been no play for sure.
Right. Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah, that's a tough one there. He just misread it off the bat. Well, it's 4-3, and the Greenwood brings their defense up on the grass with runners at the corners. Nobody out. Just some CNI singles have got Carnes here. He was magical at Valonia, and they couldn't get a bat on him down there.
But that's baseball.
Yep.
We talk about this all the time, and you can go from a no hitter to not getting out of the first inning, and nothing really have changed.
Right.
Your pitches are the same. It's all the difference in who's in that other dugout, and what kind of confidence you have.
Yep. That's a called strike.
Now I will say this: the coach is probably going to send the runner here in a second, and he's got a good chance of gunning him down for the first out.
Right.
He's going to go.
And there he goes. The ball's fouled back out of play right at my pickup. Didn't hear it. 0-2 the count.
Well, Carnes got to do a better job of freezing that run. We talked about the timing. The pitcher's really waiting and timing. He was, as much as I love Strozer back there, he was going to have that base stolen because he got such a good jump.
Right. 0-1. There he goes again. Just missed outside. Catcher's indifferent, so they take second base.
And coach is not happy with that, I don't think.
Here's the 1-2. Way outside. 2-2.
It'd been a lot easier if we just struck everybody out.
You're right. I agree. Little flare here, a little single up the middle.
They're not hard hits.
No.
No one's had a hard hit yet.
No. That's the hardest ball hit yet. And with the outfield, it came way in. Mitchell goes, hey, over the shoulder in center. The sac fly is going to be good enough to get a runner in. It's 5-3, and there's one down. Mitchell on his horse with a fantastic over-the-shoulder catch on a ball that could have been deep trouble. So there's one down, and Siloam's up to 5-3. Now, it's just the top of the sixth, so it's not like we've only got one more at-bat.
Well, we got 6 outs to do something.
But here's the impossible out. This kid here is 3 for 3.
I was looking on Game Changer trying to find the Alma Van Buren score.
5-3. This guy not going to be bunting. Carnes comes home in there for a called strike.
Yep, Ledeker's a good hitter. Then you're at the top of their lineup, and let's see, where you at on ours? Kennan, strike one, so Kennan. Bircher grounds into the fielder's choice, so Bircher. So both teams have right now the top of their lineup. So basically it's going to boil down to your best versus my best, and let's see who can get it done. And I think our pitching is better than their pitching, so I think our top has a better chance.
Swing and a miss, and got him out, number 2. A big strikeout for Carnes. And here comes their second. No, number 66. I think he might be their second baseman. Oh, the shortstop. Pennington.
Only Pennington man.
Only the Pennington man will pass. Pennington man. Only the Pennington man will pass.
Sean Connery is some of his greatest work.
The Pennington man kneels before God. Here's the 2-out first pitch.
Stepping
foul
out again.
Back out, yep. 5-3, bad guys. Siloam with the lead, trying to get a split here with Greenwood.
That just makes things interesting. If Greenwood needs to come back, but if they don't, that makes the Mountain Home series an almost must.
This one's out of play. The wind howling that might bring it back in, but it's not going to have enough juice. 0-2. And now Carnes is a strike away from getting out of any more damage here in the third or in the top of the sixth. Runner gets a lead out at second base. Again, the catcher on deck with the shin guards. Here's the 0-2. Outside, 1-2.
I've got to go cover a roof. I'm going to pass over to Coach Saki and let you and Saki finish this thing out.
Get in there, Coach. Good. Thanks, Keith. Good luck. And the 1-2 is over but low from Carnes. 2-2. 2 outs.
Good spot ahead in the count.
Right. Coach Ronnie Saki, Lady Bulldogs softball coach, joining us. And this was tipped back into the fence. This batter keeps stepping way out, Coach. We've seen him do it twice or 3 times now. How about the Carnes kid? You got him in class or anything yet?
I don't have him. I'm his advisor right now.
Gotcha.
So I get to know him a little bit.
He's a dandy.
Yeah, he's a good kid.
You know, some guys walk around maybe a little big-headed, and some guys are allowed to walk around a little big-headed. This guy's one of them, you know. Here's a 2-2. And there's a shot to right field, and it may score a run. Let's see. The throw comes in, and it's way up the line. That's going to allow the runner to move up to second base as Denson, I believe, way overthrew. And now we got 6-3, and the Dogs in a little more trouble. Ooh. That's the best hit ball we've seen from Siloam.
Yep. There were some plays that could have been made. The wind's a little tough.
Right.
Got to make some adjustments.
And Strozer will go out and talk to Carnes. They're going to put him on and load the bases and create the force situation with 2 outs. So, again, they intentionally walked the catcher. He did his last time as well. And here comes his courtesy runner.
Need to get out of this one right here and come see what our bats can do.
Yep.
See what they're made of.
We talked about, the first game they won on a walk-off pass the ball. I think Siloam scored 4 runs in the top of the first.
Golly.
And then we won 5-4. A bunch of errors for the Bulldogs defensively. And they had more than 5 errors in that game. I think my son said we had more errors than runs, but we still won. So, cardiac kids. There's a lefty, laces one, and just slicing away from the center fielder. Another run's going to score. And it's 7-3. Runners at the corners. Siloam just hacking away. They've got Carnes figured out here.
I
And
haven't seen too much off speed.
nope, I agree. They're meeting at the mound, but Mikado, yep, he's going to make his way out now. I hadn't seen him ask for time or anything yet, but now he's going to crawl out to the mound, and we see a pitching change again. It's a slow walk. You can't really see the bullpen if anybody's getting loose.
I didn't see nobody down there, so. See, they're switching him and Aiden. Yep.
Yeah,
that's what it
we're
looks like.
going to bring a little Saki in. So welcome to the broadcast, Dad. Here comes your boy in a almost a no-win situation. We'll see what Aiden can do. I tell you what, Sean, we'll take a break while he gets warmed up, and we'll come back and get the bio on this new pitcher, Aiden Dale Saki. Quick break, Greenwood Sports Center. We welcome you back to Greenwood Baseball Field. Siloam Springs, 4 across here in the top of the 6th. Trying to run away and hide and get a sweep of this doubleheader 5A West action. Pitching change is Aiden Saki, and Keith had to bail out, so Ronnie Saki happened to be in the booth. We forced him into some headsets right in time to see his son come in and try to get Greenwood out of a jam here with 2 outs, runner at first. The kid looks good, Coach. Of course, I've known him since he was born pretty much, all the stuff our daughters did together.
Yep.
Always knew he was going to be the short, dumpy kid, and now he's getting a little taller and he's thinned out.
Up.
Yeah, it's amazing. And I've seen him play some catcher. I've seen him at first and third. Pitching, what all's he got, you know?
Pitching-wise, he's got best pitch is his changeup.
Okay.
Got a kind of sneaky fastball with it. But key to him is just filling it up and throwing strikes.
Right.
He's got good movement on his ball.
I'm sure you've worked with him since Allie's out of your hair now. She's up there in Fayetteville. You've been able to kind of concentrate on getting him ready.
Yeah, mostly just hitting and fielding.
Right.
Not pitching. That's been Coach Denton.
Gotcha. There's one just missed inside. Good. It sure did.
Like he didn't stay with that one.
Ryder Winfrey is at the plate.
We need to throw this guy out if he goes this time.
I agree. With 2 outs, you probably see him try. Saki up on top comes home, and that's the same pitch called a strike. Wow. 1-1. Exact same pitch.
He needs to get that more on the outer half. Looks like where it's supposed to be.
1-1 now. Saki from the stretch comes set up top. Checks the runner at first, couple of nods, and there it is, tipped into the netting. That one jammed a little bit more. It's 1-2, and the runner will have to retreat. What year is Aiden? Sophomore? Yeah, good.
Sophomore. So we need a big pitch right here to get him out of it. See if he can run that change up, down, and in.
Here's the 1-2. That's what he did. He got a piece of it right to Harrison Adams and a line out. A good job from Saki to come in relief and stop the onslaught of Panthers. But they got 4 across.
It's up to our bats to get us back in it.
Yep. Middle of the 6th inning, and it's not out of the question. The Bulldogs, his coach has got them huddled up.
It kind of goes back to that last half inning when we left bases loaded, 1 out.
That's right.
Didn't find a way to get a run in.
I think we're at the top of the order, so it's gut check time, and these boys sure don't want to lose. We got some ball players over there.
No.
You know, McKeith made a point, though. He was talking about some guys getting pulled from some errors and maybe a guy that's not sure why he got pulled or whatever. And but it makes sense. You want to be fair to the kids because then you might lose the ship. So, these kids are 15, 16, 17, 18. They're worried about prom coming up and a little acne they've broke out in, or they've signed their mom's name on a slip they shouldn't have. There's a lot of things going on with these guys right now, and you want to make this as easy and painless as possible when you're playing a spring sport.
Yep.
It's tough. You coaches, y'all got. I remember Coach Jones, the former Greenwood football coach, always said, "I'm a pastor, a brother, a friend, a father, an uncle." A guidance counselor. You got to do it all.
You definitely got to wear a lot of hats.
Right. And God bless you for doing it with women, with girls.
Yeah, it's definitely different.
Right. Oh. But good to see. I mean, Allie getting some time up in Fayetteville. She
got some time early and played some defense.
Yeah. Couldn't get the darn bat on the ball, though. And well, that's what it is up there, that league. You got to hit, right? I mean, that's
for them.
Because you call me a homer or not, but her and Possinger is good at fielding middle infield they've got up there.
Yep, they're just both battling some injuries.
Right, exactly. Top of the order, Skaggs. Well, we got to have base runners, and no better guy to do it than Skaggs. He's been red hot. They bring Stevenson back in to pitch.
Need some runners on.
Big lefty. And the first one is in there for a called strike. Boy,
good take though. You don't want to swing at that one first pitch.
Here comes the 0-1. That one's lifted to the left. Left fielder back on his horse. Has he drawn a bead?
Oh,
wow. Oh, he dropped it.
No, he missed
it. It came out at the end, and Skaggs in with a leadoff double.
I don't think he ever got his glove to it.
I think he did. It came out of his glove.
It's hard to see. That's down that dark corner.
Yes. We'll call it a hit, a double.
That was definitely a big hit to start the inning.
Now, the worst thing we could have done there is seen a ball fly real easy out to left.
Let's pitch it while this left fielder's not ready.
He's still out there trying to find his hat. We don't need Carnes trying to go tie the game up. There's
No.
not 4 runs out there,
No,
so
we
just get
gotta
on
have base
base.
runners.
That's right. Speaking of that, you were eerily close to a 3-pitch inning over there in the girls' game a while ago. I don't know if you knew it or not, but y'all had a 2-pitch, 2 outs there, and I thought you were fixing to buy Otori a steak dinner. I guess that counts in
Trying
softball.
to come
too.
right at it. Yep, that counts in softball,
That's
too.
when you call the beanball and get out of that steak dinner. Huh?
We had a lot of quick innings over there
Oh,
tonight.
man, she was fantastic. Almost faced the minimum. Gave up 2 doubles.
Yep.
That was it.
Yep.
Here's the 0-1 to Carnes.
Coach Pope took the blame on breaking up the no-hitter.
Right. Well, Skaggs
Uh-oh.
is tagging. This is deep trouble. The ball was in the outfield, but it worked out
gonna
because the
get a
throw
run.
went over.
You better go hard,
And
Skaggs.
Skaggs is in there. He did kind of lollygag the last.
Holy
few
smokes.
moments. So Greenwood gets a run across. It's an out on the board as Carnes flew out.
You don't slow up till you cross that home
I
plate.
agree.
Batting number 3, Bryce
7-4. That's what it takes. Just chip away. Now Morgan needs to reset and get the double here. Start over again.
Yep.
The big lefty Stevenson kicks and fires, and that's over but low. Oh, called strike. Took him a minute.
He's kind of been iffy on that pitch
Yep,
right there tonight.
Right. 7-4. Here it comes. And he's done the same thing every time. Just back-to-back pitches are identical. That time fouled off, and it's an 0-2 hole for Morgan. He's a senior. He's been here before. Just white knuckle and go get it. That's upstairs, 1 and 2. Good eye. The Greenwood shortstop.
Hadn't seen us put a lot of hard ground balls on them, see if they can make a play or throw across here.
Right. American flag's a little limp, so the wind's died a bit. And this one's lifted up short
Another
left
pop-up.
field. Maybe in the
Nope.
Bermuda Triangle. Nope, he caught this one. 2 outs. And Bashir comes to, nope, we're going to bring in
Hope.
Doc Holt's going to pinch hit now for Bashir. Doc's been swinging a healthy bat. Let's see if he can come through here with 2 outs. He's a junior.
Now batting number 21, Dawson Holt.
2 outs. Let's see if he can get a rally going. Bulldogs have scratched 1 across here with Skaggs' leadoff double. Carnes flied out to right. Morgan flied out to left. Holt needs to find some green grass. We're ready. There he is, the right-handed bat, the left-handed Stevenson. Upstairs, ball 1. Need base runners still yet.
Got to find a way to get on here.
That's right.
Need to find a way to get through this, get as many guys up this inning, get the top of the order back up for that last half.
That was
Good
low.
eye.
2-0. Austin Mitchell out on deck. Definitely swinging a hot bat if you can get a Holt on here.
Yep. He's capable of hitting one out here.
And in
Good
there for a
take.
called strike, 2-1. Outer half. Holt nods down to Coach Mercado. We're ready here. Stevenson working quickly up on top for Siloam. And that one's fouled into the Greenwood dugout, scattered some Bulldogs, deflects out to the second baseman.
I've got to paddle tough right here and find a hole.
Well, the ball came back to the second baseman. I wouldn't mind seeing that ball, make sure it's not a scuff from the fence on it. Of course, the pitcher's not going to mind.
Yeah.
The ump needs to go get that ball. It's like a piece of
Get it.
sandpaper on the dang thing. Well, here we go.
No check.
Yeah, deuce is wild, the 2-2. And swinging a miss. Holt just couldn't find it.
Golly.
And the inning ends. The Bulldogs got 1 across.
All right.
Top of the 7th we go. Dogs need quick outs.
Got to keep it in striking distance
Yep.
right here.
And you're there, 7-4. And Saki will come back out in a chance to try to hold these Panthers at bay. 30-second timeout, and we'll bring you the conclusion here from Greenwood. It's Greenwood Sports Center. We welcome you back to the University of Greenwood. We're on the campus here. Bulldogs baseball. Top of the 7th. Saki's got to shut down these Panthers. Landon Fain will dig in.
We're at part of their order. We should be able to get through it if we can take care of these little dinks and dunks they had last half. They didn't hit the ball hard. They just didn't make any plays.
Saki in behind the glove. He'll kick and fire from the windup. That fastball is high strike. I love it. Strike 1. Need to get 3 outs, then 3 runs or 4 runs, whichever you please. On the top of the 7th. That's in there for a called strike. Aiden just painting the spots. Beautiful. Here's the 0-2. And Fine wants to call time. Batter, he got it from the home plate blue.
Dylan probably went a high fastball, and Aiden probably went to throw the changeup.
Here's the 0-2.
Let's see what they ended up going with.
Yeah, a high and off speedish. A high change. They met in the middle.
Either that or a slider. I don't know what he tried to.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
His slider usually goes down and in. Or his changeup goes down and in.
Right. Saki steps off. He's wanting Dylan to
Either
come
can't
talk.
see it.
Well, it may be that too. Strozier, senior, so good working with the pitchers. I'll never forget that last year at Van Buren in Game 2 over there when Mitchell was a freshman, came in and Dylan talked him into a dandy and getting the split over there against the eventual state champs. Here's the 1-2 now. Saki's ready. And a grounder towards the second baseman, Adams. He'll gobble it up over to Holt. Good. 4-3 on the putout. And now Lucas Junkerman, their DH. Junkerman?
Hitter number 22, Lucas Junkerman.
Tennessee Tech beat Tennessee in baseball. I think that's what I'm getting here. Junkerman, their DH. Saki waiting up on top. Junkerman taking his time getting in the box. And now he's ready. Shallow in the outfield. First pitch swinging is to Mitchell. Luckily he was shallow. He's drawn the bead. Comes in about 10 steps and makes the catch for out number 2. Well done from Saki. 1 pitch, 1 out. From that guy, here's Nick Driscoll, their first baseman. No relation.
All right, get this guy and let's go hit. Give us a chance.
Yep, 2 down. Saki's come in and done his job in relief. Came in the 6th. And he brings it home. There's a grounder up the box.
I don't know why we're playing 5-6 hole.
Yeah, we've seen a bunch go through there. So a 2-out single, and that'll bring Nolan Wills up. Is there? Well, maybe. Let's see. Is that it? Yep, Nolan Wills, second baseman.
Now batting the second baseman, number 5, Nolan Wills.
Bulldogs still need an out.
This is a couple guys that got the big hits for them last half inning.
Yep. Bottom of their order got all the magic. Saki from the stretch. He'll take a peek over. Just needed 1 out. Come get this batter. Their number 9 hole. Over but low. Ball 1. Strozier kept it at bay. Keep the forces in opportunity available. 1 ball count to Nolan Wills. Saki up on top. And he'll come home with it. There's a grounder to Adams. Should be no problem for Harrison. Scoops over to first.
Good.
6-3 or 4-3 on the putout.
All right, it's up to the bats.
Yep, this is it. We're headed to the bottom of the 7th. Greenwood's got to have 3 runs to extend this ball game. It's 7-4. Next Tuesday on the road at Mountain Home. Sean, what streaming are we going to do? Baseball only? Okay. I know we got radio for baseball, so we'll have the stream over there. The fields are pretty close, I believe, so we'll keep an eye.
Yeah, they're right there together.
Okay.
Yep.
So we'll certainly keep you abreast of what's going on at the softball diamond.
It's going to be 2 big games for both of us.
It's Mountain Home girls pretty decent.
They're a pretty athletic bunch.
Okay.
Decent pitching.
Right.
We gotta definitely bring our best. We ain't gonna get any calls at their place.
No, that's right. Yeah, and I talked about that on the air over at your game today. That how you hadn't been tossed out of more games. You're a master at working officials. It's just, and I love that. As an official, I loved it when people would work me out there, and I love working the officials. It's an art. Yeah, and you've had your share of toss-outs, of course. You've been chunked from a few.
That's right. Only when it's necessary.
That's right. That's right. I don't know if Meccano's seen the heave-ho yet since he's been here.
He got one last year.
Okay.
It was deserved. It was pretty bad.
Oh. They're going to bring Stevenson back out, the big lefty. He's not throwing Randy Johnson-style stuff. We just struggled a bit, but it's up to Mitchell.
Leading off for the Bulldogs, the center fielder, number
You've
8,
got Mitchell
Mitchell.
and Adams, and it looks like Baxley right here in the bottom of the 7th, our last chance. So 3 guys that have really been hitting it pretty well of late, and let's see if Mitchell can get us going. He's our center fielder. Need base runners. First one's just outside, ball 1.
We got to be a little patient with this guy. He's been a little bit everywhere.
Right. Swing and a miss. Strike 1.
We can't try to pull this guy. Ball kind of runs away from us. Big right center gap.
Yep. Here's a 1-1. That's upstairs, 2-1. I wish you could have seen where Valonia's right fielder was playing last week, Coach. He was so far in off the line, I couldn't believe it, and we just kept hitting it to him. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen. Tip foul off the end of the bat, 2-2. That was odd. I mean, there was 40
right
acres.
Gap.
Oh, it was like a rover. It was amazing. I don't know what he was doing over there.
They knew we wasn't going to go down that right field line.
Yeah, we didn't. Here's a 2-2.
Oh, mistake pitch, too.
Yep.
Big mistake pitch, and we miss it.
1 down. Greenwood with 2 outs left, and Harrison Adams has got to get it on base. We need base runners. Saki out on deck. I said Baxley, but it's 19.
Baxley may be hitting for Dylan.
Right.
I seen Baxley run for him earlier, I guess, whenever I got here, and he's running bases.
Outside to Adams, 1 ball.
Go get it done here with 1 out.
Yep. Got to have base runners. I'm like you, Coach. Be a little patient with this guy. I don't think he can throw 3 strikes before he throws 4 balls. That's a called strike.
That's
50-50.
And that's in the left-hand batter's box there.
Well, it's the exact one he motioned earlier to their dugout that it was outside. Here's a 1-1. And tipped from Adams.
That's what got the umpire.
The problem you get there is that with the first strike called outside, now you've got the batter having to swing at everything. 1-2. Catcher out to talk to Stevenson. And he'll jog back out. They're giving the ump time to shake off the helmet shot from the tip foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. Bulldogs' last chance. Need 3 runs. And Adams tipped that one. Just got a piece of it. Whew. Like they're having trouble picking the ball up out of this guy's hand. 1-2 again. Harrison Adams, our second baseman.
He got that wind helping that breaking ball from the lefty.
Here it comes from Stevenson. And tipped again. Harrison just
we're trying to do too much with 2 strikes.
Right.
Just staying on it and using the middle of the field.
Because everything you're talking about, they're playing that 5-6 hole hard right there. There's a huge gap to that Farmers Bank sign in left center.
The second baseman ain't shifted any up the middle.
Nope. Here's a 1-2 to Adams. Upstairs in a waste pitch, and the catcher was sure calling for it out there too. Real demonstrative. 2-2. Adams digs in. Can the Bulldogs come back again in the bottom of the 7th like they did in game 1? Yeah. And that's outside, full count. High drama here.
Come on. Need a base runner right here anyway.
That's right. Here's the payoff. And it's hit a mile high. I'm talking big league fly ball. No one's taking over, and it's going to drop safely.
Oh,
no one's covering second, and he's in there.
No, he don't have the ball.
The ball is squirted out, and at second base goes Harrison Adams. A risk reward, and it pays off.
Yes, big risk whenever we're down by 3.
Right. Well, you know that ball off the bat, the pitcher got out of the way. It's a takeover, boys, and no one got there early enough. And it landed harmlessly right behind the batter or the pitcher's mound.
Took us out of the double play ball. Now we still just need base runners though.
Yep, got to have one more for sure. And here's Aiden Saki. No pressure, pops. That's Ronnie Saki joining me on the broadcast if you're just joining us. And his boy came in relief and has done stellar work on the bump for Greenwood to hold the lead. Greenwood scratched one across in the 6th to cut it to 3. And the first pitch to Saki is a called strike.
You're going to have to get up on that chalk to hit that one.
Yep. 0-1 to count. Just so you know, this is where Keith takes his headset off and yells out the window, so feel free. Outside 1-1. 1 out in the bottom of the 7th.
See if he can find a way on again.
7-3 Siloam. Saki digs in, the sophomore, pitching now for Greenwood. That one's over but low, 2-1. Oh, a called strike. I thought he dug it out of the grass, out of the dirt. 1-2. Now Aiden's got to protect. 2 strikes. And here it is. Upstairs, 2-2. Come on, kiddo. Just takes 1. Big spot for Aiden Saki here, who's in to pitch. And the 2-2 from Stevenson. Reached out and just stayed alive.
Protect it.
Yep. Good. Foul off the trash.
Get your feet on the chalk. Let's go.
1 out, bottom of the 7th. Greenwood won in the bottom of the 7th in game 1 with a walk-off past the ball. 1-5-4. Here's a 2-2 to Saki. And chops it to second base. Can he boot one for us?
Oh, yeah.
Right through the 6 hole. That's going to score a run. And Saki's on with the first base reach on an error. That's reaching on an error. But
he kind of just nonchalanted it.
Yep. Adams scores.
See if we can take advantage of this mistake.
And here's Baxley, the tying run to the plate. Well, Saki, you talked about it, Coach. You said, I haven't seen us hit anything on the ground, make them field it, catch it, and throw it.
That's the first one.
And that's what happens. Now the Siloam's coach is out. He's going to talk to home plate blue and now head out to the mound. And they're going to call it a night for Stevenson. I don't know why. We hadn't hit him but once.
Got a pinch run or courtesy runner. Yep.
That's going to be Sam Forbes. Forbes got picked off earlier in a bad spot, so hopefully he'll play a little more smarter this time.
We got to have 2.
Yep.
We got Baxley can find a way on here, and Bircher hit the ball hard the last time and hit it really hard the previous at bat.
Yes.
Home plate. Then how to get the top back up.
Home plate.
We got
Blues.
A shot. We get to the 2-hole, 3-hole. We'll find a way to win this game.
Scatters the meeting on top of the mound, and here we go. Still just 1 out. Saki with a reaching on an error. Won't get credit for the RBI, I guess, but we'll give him an RBI. He batted it in, nonetheless. 1 out here for Baxley, the senior. 7-5 now. High drama here in Greenwood. Why not? Let's go.
Get on top of that plate and take 1.
Stevenson comes set up top and brings it home. That's upstairs.
He didn't, he hadn't thrown real good out of the stretch.
I agree. 1 ball. And Coach is telling Forbes, do not get picked off again. 1-0. He comes home with it. That's low. 2-0.
Short lead, then go whenever he goes to the plate.
Yep, that's right. 1
right
down.
There.
Forbes gets his lead. Stevenson comes set. Here's Baxley at home. And takes it outside, 3-0. A great at-bat, Coach. You talked about him not throwing well from the stretch. And Baxley just set the bat down on your shoulder and don't move. I'd take 3 pitches in a row.
Right there, Sam.
And here it comes. That's upstairs. They walked him.
We may see a new guy right here.
And the winning run comes to the plate
He's
now.
Walking around. Here he coming.
And Mr. Bircher, that's going to bring the skipper out for Siloam.
Things could get real interesting right here. Bircher get it.
What we need here is a wild pitch or a pass ball to move these guys to second and third.
Mm-hmm.
Then we'll have some action. And a good effort from Stevenson, just couldn't quite get the job done.
They bring in the right fielder.
I'll tell you what, we'll take a quick break here, Sean, if you don't mind, and we'll set up, see if we can figure out what's going on. Greenwood down 7-5, 1 out, bottom of the 7th, last at bat, 2 men on. High drama here at Bulldog Diamond. Let's take a quick break. Greenwood. All right, when you're ready, Sean, we welcome you back to Greenwood Baseball Diamond. Base runners on first and second. Saki reached on an error, scored Harrison Adams. Got 7-5. And then Forbes ran for Saki. He's at second now after a 1-out walk that Baxley enticed from the pitcher, Chase Stevenson. Baxley's at first, couple of seniors.
Looks like he just got a little slow curveball he's throwing over at first strike.
Well, the first pitch was about 4 feet over the catcher's head and hit the bull back here like a Nuclear Loose style from Bull Durham. Bircher is out on deck with 1 out, so there's no pressure. And then Skaggs, the top of the order, is on deck.
9-1-2 right here with 1 out.
Ooh.
I'm telling you, if we get that 2-0 up this inning right here, we're going to win this game.
I agree. And Bircher, the sophomore.
Need these 2 sophomores right here on.
Now batting number 20.
They both had good at-bats all day. So
Yes. Skaggs has been fantastic all season, Coach. He's been a diamond in the rough.
Yeah, he's a tough out.
Yeah. 1 down here. Here's Bircher, right-handed bat. Runners at first and second. Small lead from Forbes out there at second. And this is Winfrey, the new pitcher.
Where
It's
we
upstairs, and the ball squirted
That's a
away.
hit by pitch. Come on.
Yep. Need to wear that one.
He couldn't toss it in there any slower.
Well, that goes against Coach Mikado's policy, too. He's big on getting beaned. So 1 ball count. And a called strike, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike to Bircher. Here it comes. Rips that one, but pulled outside the bag on third. 1-2.
This guy ain't going to blow it by you. He's just going to try to move it around. And 1 ball, 2 strikes. Come on, Birch.
Here we go.
They're hugging the line on the corners.
And that was way outside. 2-2. It's 2-2. Yep.
All right, Birch. Still handling it.
The first one went over his head, or almost did. Should have hit him. 1 down. Here we go. First and second. And a curveball just missed upstairs. Full count. Boy, that's too close to take.
Yes, it is.
Spring Siloam coach saying he ducked under it. Full count. Here we go. Swing and a miss.
Try to do too much.
1 out left, and it's the top of the order, and Braden Skaggs.
Not taking 2 strike swings.
Right.
Braden Skaggs.
There's 2 down, moving on contact.
2 strikeouts this inning.
Yep. Skaggs, sophomore, left fielder, bats in the 1 hole. This is just kind of where you want. You got your guys right here. Let's see if Skaggs can find some green grass. And he wore that one. That's how you do it.
So that was the hit by pitch we should have had.
Yep.
That's a run right there.
Yep. So now Carnes comes up. Sweet Moses. Bases loaded.
Can we score, hit a gapper, and
Well,
score Skaggs from first?
If I'm Mercado, I've got to go down there and tell Carnes, we're not looking for you to deposit the walk-off grand slam. We need you to hit something solid in the gap and score 2 and tie it. Here it is. Outside ball 1.
Got to have some good secondary leads and go on contact. We're not getting good leads.
And now Coach calls him down. I think Carnes wanted to talk to him. He said, can I swing for the fences one time? Sure, son. One swing. This is it. Put it in the cheap seats. That'd be high drama. And I certainly hope he does. Here it is, the 1-0 to Carnes. And it's in there for a called strike. Maybe he said, I'm going to take to a strike, and that theory's out now. 7-5 Siloam, bottom of the 7th, 2 outs. Here's Grant Carnes. Rips this one right to the center fielder, though. He's drawn a bead. Can he make the catch?
Ball game.
He does, and that's it. Siloam comes into town and gets a split of this 5A West doubleheader. The Bulldogs again leave the bases loaded, as they did in the 5th inning, I believe. They do here in the 7th as well. And a tough loss for these Bulldogs here to lose this one at home to Siloam.
We had our chances.
Certainly did.
Bottom of the 5th, bottom of the 7th.
Yes. Well, Coach, I appreciate you stepping in for Keith. Tell the kid he played well. I thought he came in well and pitched in relief.
Okay.
Got the bat on the ball and kept us alive.
Yep, had our chances. So.
Yeah, for sure. And congrats today on the sweep on the softball.
Yeah, we needed it.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you.
That's Ronnie Saki, the Lady Bulldogs softball coach. Oh. There we go. Yeah, okay, we're back. So, anyway, it's a split. And we thank Coach Saki for stepping in. Sean?
Yeah.
That stunk.
Well, the first one was better. Not much.
I guess I should have stayed away. It's all y'all's fault. Y'all drugged me into this.
Well, the split at home is not great, but, a split nonetheless. You're seeing a lot more players come in and play different positions. You're seeing some good at bats. You're seeing some pretty good defense. Siloam came in, and there's nothing harder than hitting a baseball when you have no idea where it's coming.
Right. Yeah.
And that's one thing that Siloam has done there in the last few pitchers there is they're not sending gas this way.
Right. Yeah.
And, if there's one thing that, Skaggs and Carnes and Morgan can all do, it's hit that fastball.
Right.
And when it's just kind of barely floating your way and then falls off to the side or right off the end of the table, man, those things are hard to square up on.
There's truth in that, for sure. Well, 7-5 is your final here. Siloam comes in and gets the split of the Bulldogs. And I guess we're happy we got a split. We probably should have lost game 1 for all practical purposes.
Right.
So instead of being down about getting a split to a team we should have swept, we should be probably thankful we got a win out of one of these 2 games. But the high drama, and the boys kept fighting. That's all you can ask for, to fight until the final horn. And we'll leave it at that. 7-5, a loss in game 2. They won the game 1 5-4. Our next conference match is on the road next Tuesday. We'll be at Mountain Home.
Yep.
We'll have a radio for you as well for that one over on the Sports Hog 103.5 and the live stream exactly where you're at right now. So y'all tune in and check that out. Van Buren won 4-1 and 8-1 in baseball, so they swept Alma tonight. So Van Buren swept Greenwood as well earlier, and then we've still got the Airedales in a couple of weeks. So we have at Mountain Home, then Alma here, then at Greenbrier is our conference slate. That's all that's left. We'll have radio and stream for Mountain Home and Greenbrier, stream only for the Alma game. Well, Sean, thank you, sir. Appreciate everything.
Thank you.
And appreciate all of y'all tuning in tonight. I will talk to you next at Mountain Home next Tuesday for our next radio broadcast in our 5A West Conference Games of the Week. 7-5, Greenwood loses the nightcap. We've been watching on YouTube at Greenwood Sports Center. Have a good night.